Starting with a developing story tonight, for the second time in a week, authorities in the FM area are investigating a report of gunfire. Just a week ago, it was the South Fargo Walmart, where it turned out no shots were fired. Tonight, it's South Moorhead and a different outcome. Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker has been on this story since it broke. And Cornelius, what do we know at this time?
Christine, before I tell you what we know, I want to show you where the investigators and police were. If you take a look right over here, this is a residential area, and we've talked to so many people out here. And while we've been out here, people are jogging and walking their dogs, and their kids are playing. And lots of neighbors tell us that it is very scary something like this happened. So here's what we know. Around 5:50 tonight, police were called to reports of shots fired around 3880 16th Street South here in South Moorhead. Now, it was later determined that the shots police believe were fired behind the Moorhead Strip Mall, which houses the Hornbachers. Their investigations led them here to an area where they taped off an area of garages. They talked to witnesses, and they found a vehicle with bullet holes in it. Now, they're still looking for 2 more vehicles witnesses say that were a part of this incident. And while investigators are piecing all of this together, like I said earlier, neighbors are very concerned this happened near where they live.
Well, there's kids everywhere here, and that's the hard part. You know, with the things going on last year and everything down in this area, you hear about it, and our daughter was out playing too, and she heard the siren.
Now, as to why this happened, police say it's too early to speculate, but as soon as they let us know, we'll let you know. Reporting live in South Moorhead, Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
All right, thank you for that report, Cornelius. And it was just last Tuesday that Fargo police were called to the Walmart in South Fargo, and someone reported a man had fired a gun at a woman and then took off. However, after looking into the claim, investigators said that there had been no shooting. Coming up after weather this season, we've seen a number of accidents on the Red River, some even deadly. And after a dramatic rescue this afternoon, we're investigating the dangers of the red. Plus, while some have had speculation over a Fargo restaurant owner who took off because of money issues, a friend doesn't believe that that's the case. Hear what she has to say in just a few minutes. But first, Robert, aside from a few clouds and sprinkles, it's been a fairly quiet evening out there, and it's absolutely gorgeous. What does the rest of our night look like?
Yeah, fairly quiet out there, and a spectacular sunset taking shape as we take a live look outside on the CorwinAuto.com Valley Skycam, part of the Storm Team Skycam network. Quiet over most of the area, but we do have some storms right on the fringe of our area. We'll show you that here in just a moment. 77, still a bit buggy out there. 79 is what it feels like with a dew point. Still at a relatively tropical 70 degrees. Winds out of the south and southwest at 5 miles per hour. Temperatures elsewhere, 66 refreshing degrees. Up in Langdon, 71. In Devils Lake, 71. Jamestown, also 71. In the Thief River Falls area, winds relatively light, and they'll stay relatively light as we head through this evening, around 5 to 15 miles per hour. Shifting to the northwest as a cool front continues to make its way off towards the south. Quite a bit of cloud cover out there, and underneath those clouds, not a whole lot of precipitation till you get off towards the south. A couple of what's left of a couple of severe thunderstorm watches continues until 11 o'clock, and there's been several severe thunderstorm warnings in and around these areas. The latest one just northeast of the Mitchell, South Dakota area for some 70-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Closest to our area, right on the southern fringes, we are seeing a few thunderstorms just south of Sisseton, south of Wheaton, south of the Elbow Lake area, trying to drift slowly to the north, but they're weakening as they do so. And we still may see a pop-up shower or thunderstorm in our far southern counties as we head through the next few hours. Across the region, a bit more shower activity in western portions of South Dakota, stretching on back into eastern areas of Wyoming. For us, as we head through the rest of the evening, most of the activity will stay well off to the south. We'll have some clouds around for a while, and then maybe another little wave of showers and isolated thunderstorms in our far southern counties as we head through the overnight hours. The rest of us, we'll see some partly cloudy to mostly clear skies and some light winds. Now, as we head through the day tomorrow, we'll start off with mostly sunny skies, maybe a few clouds from time to time, northerly breezes, 10 to 20 miles per hour with some stronger gusts, and an isolated cloud from time to time. We're going to warm it up into the 70s and 80s as we head through tomorrow afternoon and evening. Here in Fargo, we start off with a fairly cool 62 degrees, but a quick warm up by lunchtime into the upper 70s. And later on in the day, we're going to top it out in the upper 80s with a nice northerly breeze. It's going to feel drier out there tomorrow, much less humidity around. Picture of the day, Sanford sunset right here in Fargo. Thanks to Samantha for sending that in. Nice shot that we're going to use as the background to our 7-day forecast. And Nice over the next couple of days, and warm for that matter. Hot, in fact, on Friday, 90 degrees, 88 Saturday, late Saturday on into Sunday. Chance for a few showers and storms, but we'll continue with temperatures in the 80s into the 80s right on through the weekend and into next week. Next chance of showers and storms shows up on Tuesday.
And I know we still need that rain.
We definitely need the rain. Doesn't look like a whole lot as we head through the next week, though.
All right. Thank you, Robert.
You got it.
Well, it was a scary situation that happened today with a happy ending. Boaters stuck in the Red River were rescued. Now, over the past few weeks, there have been several incidents where people had to be rescued from the river. In some cases, things didn't end well. Those who go out to the rescue say the situation is better than what it used to be because instead of being stuck on rocks, people would go over the dams and in most cases die. Now, there's one thing you need to be if you plan on going out into the Red River.
Be dam aware. There's 4 dams in the Fargo-Moorhead area that that are close that people need to be aware of. And I know the area is being fished a lot more. It's just like anything else. As long as you do it safely, you can do it well. Use life jackets and be aware of what the obstacles are, and try to operate as safe as possible.
Now, there have been at least two recoveries on the Red River this summer. People who have gone underwater and did not come back up. Fire crews say people on the water need to be aware of what they're doing and how fast and strong the current is moving. A friend of the local restaurant owner who disappeared wants the community to keep looking for him despite new information. Court documents say Rodolfo Romo, owner of 3 Mexican restaurants, borrowed tens of thousands of dollars and owed thousands at the time that he vanished. While some have speculated he took off because of money issues, a friend of his doesn't believe that, saying a lot of business owners owe money.
He worked so hard to build his Romos. He loved his businesses, and it would have to take something pretty major for him to just step away.
Fargo police say there's still an open investigation and don't have reason to believe Romo is in any danger. After a key health care vote, Senate Republicans have officially begun the debate process on a plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. President Trump has been pushing Republicans, but it took a tie-breaking vote from the vice president and the return of Arizona Senator John McCain to get it done. Mola Lenghi has the latest from Capitol Hill.
In his 6th rally since taking office, President Trump congratulated Senate Republicans on starting the process to overhaul health care.
We're now one step closer to liberating our citizens from this Obamacare nightmare.
Vice President Pence cast the tie-breaking vote, allowing the Senate to begin debating a bill to repeal and replace Obamacare. Battling brain cancer, Arizona Senator John McCain traveled back to Washington to vote yes and pressure his colleagues to work together.
We've been spinning our wheels on too many important issues because we keep trying to find a way to win without help from across the aisle.
It's still unclear what a final Senate bill would look like, or if Republicans can unite around it.
Senator Susan Collins of Maine, one of 2 Republicans who opposed moving forward, tweeted in part, "We must proceed carefully." Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, who fell in line, wants certain provisions.
I think we need to protect traditional Medicaid, and Medicaid expansion, continue the enrollment of that, I think puts that at risk.
Democrats, who remain united in their opposition, joined protesters on the steps of the Capitol after the vote.
This is up to you guys. There are 52 senators here who need to hear from you.
The Senate is now weighing a number of controversial amendments, including a straight-up repeal of the Affordable Care Act. Mola Lenghi for CBS News, Capitol Hill.
20 million to 30 million people could lose their health insurance over a decade, depending on the final version of the bill. The Senate vote split the 2 senators from North Dakota, with Democrat Heidi Heitkamp voting against and Republican Senator John Hoeven voting to move forward with the repeal. And the fight to repeal the Sunday closing laws in North Dakota took another step forward. Secretary of State Al Jaeger says he has approved the format of the petition and the committee can now start to get signatures. More than 13,400 valid signatures are needed to the measure to be on the 2018 primary ballot. 2 activists admitted to causing damage to the Dakota Access Pipeline and equipment used to construct it. The 2 women claimed responsibility for the damage at the Iowa Utilities Board in Des Moines. Iowa State Patrol officers took the 2 into custody after they started causing damage to the Iowa Utilities Board sign. They were charged with criminal mischief, and those 2 claimed to have started several pieces of construction equipment on fire in several Iowa locations, along with admitting to damaging pipeline valves with torches. Both women have previously been arrested for activities related to other pipeline protests. 63 patients, mostly children, were moved today from the downtown Sanford Hospital to a new hospital near I-94. Ambulances move the patients all day long after getting the okay from their doctors. The Children's Hospital, Birth Center, and Emergency Room will now be located in South Fargo. The hospital will have 384 beds. The downtown location will be operational. The cancer centers will remain there. Sanford officials say the hardest part will be people remembering where to go, with all the other locations now covering scheduled appointments. And the weather was perfect for the annual Paws Walkout at Rowe Farm tonight. Tons of furry friends in all shapes and sizes came out for a day of fun activities and a chance for pet owners to meet and greet. In its 27th year, the Paws Walk raises money for the homeless cats and dogs of the Homeward Animal Shelter. All the proceeds will go to the shelter to help cover the cost of food, shelter, and vet care for those animals.
We rescue both dogs and cats, and right now we have a little over 100 animals in our care right now between the shelter and in our foster homes that are looking for their forever home.
And if you weren't able to make it to the walk tonight and you would like to donate or just look at all the cute pets up for adoption, don't worry, we've got a link to the shelter's website online. For that, go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.